How a lot of the times our motivations lie outside of ourselves. We do things for the other people that we love, other people who matter to us. And on that note, Zainab, I'm going to direct this question to you as well, because we've spoken about how same-sex marriage wasn't a deeply personal priority for you. It was something that you wanted to petition for your community at large, for just in the interest of larger community. So I want to ask you why you took up this fight and what your expectations were, why you thought marriage was an important thing to petition.
Okay, I'm going to say my full name is Zainab Patel, and a lot of people do not know what Javed Patel meant in my name and why did I take this full name. How could I be so regressive and old school and stuff like that? But I have to tell you that I come from a Catholic family. I have half Portuguese, half Anglo-Indian ancestry. I did not go to the court to get married. Period. I was already legally married before I went to court. I had a long-standing partner whose name, extremely handsome looking. That was the only reason why I married him. Yes, he was so good looking that just to spite other people, I would go out with him. And then to tell, he's my husband. I used to work with the UN for more than 11 years. And late 2014, I got an opportunity within the UN system to recognize my long-standing partner as my spouse, provided we could provide any kind of certification that we were legally married in any country. Previously, you could register your spouse if you were married in the same country that you have citizenship of. Now, because we couldn't get married in India, it never bothered me. The same year, I happened to get a job offer to work in Bangkok, and I said, why not use this opportunity to get married? And we actually took a Google map, spoke to multiple people, and found out the opportunity that we could either get married in the UK, in South Africa, or we could do that in New Zealand. We had friends in all three countries and different waiting periods and different admin. The shortest was South Africa. So while India was still battling homosexuality, the criminalization of it, and the court cases were still being heard, in 2015 we set up a registry to get married. And on 14th of January 2016, we got married in a civil union in Cape Town. And we literally had a bewildered pastor, like 5-6 seagulls, one stray penguin, and one dog who was ready to bite me. Yes, that was not my husband. Yes. It was also the day of my birthday, so I dread that now because we are no longer together. So the anniversary throws up bad experiences. I must tell you a couple of other things, and when we're talking about marriages, we often tend to conflate the idea of rights within marriage, which talk about protection, the softer stuff, which is not soft as in not trying to underscore the importance of it, but insurance and co-opting together to own assets, etc., so on and so forth. Don't want to repeat that. But also the right to marry. I think fundamentally when people ask us in India, why do you want to get married? It actually goes across the very ethos of being Indian or being in a country where everything lies upon dampatya, the premise of marrying. So I find it very strange why people ask me in my own country with the shared common cultural religious heritage that we have, that why do you want to get married? I must say that even before I got married, the UN covered my spouse's hospitalization, insurance, everything. He was my nominee for gratuity, etc. Later on, when I came after my gender affirming surgery, when I changed my name and legally said that I could take my partner's name. I used to work with KPMG. They covered my husband, they covered my monster-in-laws, and yes, they covered her knee replacement, that she could come after me, and then later her cancer treatment as well. My father-in-law's intense hospitalization and his passing away, and all of his funeral expenses, because KPMG had covered it up. My family, his family and his extended family all got covered under COVID. We were able to buy property together just because I could call myself Zainab Patel. I said I was a female and he was my husband. Nobody asked me for a nikah now. They just assumed, yes, my document said female, the husband's name sounds similar to her name. Nobody even asked me this question. So I could be very comfortable in my position. I was the director in KPMG, enjoyed a good 7-figure salary, took home equally good perks, etc. But my petition, when I went, and my affidavit, thanks to Menika, Arundhati, Tara, all of them actually specified that at the time of going to court, we were already split. We had already decided to go our separate ways. I took his permission to go to court. We redacted his name, etc. from the petition. But we used my marriage certificate. We used all of my insurance claims. So my insurance claims are part of my affidavit that went into court. All of my mother-in-law's expenses and all of that stuff, which I would like to forget now, but all of that existed on paper for me. And the most fundamental part is, if I could access it because of the privilege that I had, I said we are very privileged as petitioners to be able to have courage, because even courage is a privilege. To go up in sets of pairs of people to court, bearing our stories right up, starting from Delhi High Court, where Menika very clearly told me, along with Arundhati, is that we may either win it in Delhi and be strangled in the Supreme Court, or we may lose it in Delhi and prepare for a long battle and the aftermath after that. So it's not that we were all hopeful that everything would work out, but my petition was not limited to being a trans person. It said that I wanted the entire LGBTQ community to be able to have the right to marry and to enjoy the rights of marriage. So that was the entire idea of using my petition. So I didn't go to request the court for permission. I will never go to the court to ask for permission to get married or to live with the person that I want to. But in order to bring in a little bit of nuances as to how we could use our unique position to be able to champion for it. So I believe that taking some of my documentation actually helped in building the case around.